Oh my gosh, we're live. Here we are.
Just drive!
What's up, Raider Nation?
Raider Nation!
What's up, guys? It's your old buddy Murph and the one and only, the fabulous Uncle Mosh.
Hey.
Joining me in the fan cave, but that's
this is the fan cave mobile edition.
we're in the Murph mobile, and we are on our way.
Watch this car right here. You guys can't see it, but there's a car cutting in front of us.
Yeah. I saw it. As long as I see it, we're okay.
Put your hands on the wheel. 10 and 2, mister.
Hold on. This episode.
Y'all let me know if this is the last thing I ever do.
This episode of Raiders Fan Radio brought to you by Starbucks and 10 and 2.
It might end. I might have to help. It might be 10, 2, 12, and 6.
Hey, the last time we did these tripping videos, I told the story about you with the thing, don't look at me.
Oh my God.
And the camera glitched, so it didn't come across to the viewers, they didn't know what the joke was.
Oh, they didn't get it.
Yeah, so you want
okay. So, growing up as a kid, we had a teacher at school, and he would say, "Don't look at me."
Huh?
And they'd go, "Don't look at me."
Huh?
And he'd put his finger on it, and he'd, "Don't look at me, don't look at me, don't look at me." So, of course, in our family, anything that causes abuse, we pick right up on.
Yeah. So, don't look when you're driving.
Oh my gosh. So Murph's running the vehicle, and not well, I might add. He's drinking coffee, he's laughing, he's joking, he's telling me push the button. I don't push the button fast enough for Murph, so he takes his other hands. I'm not sure what he's driving with because his knees are holding his coffee. Stop it!
Hey, you don't know what I'm driving with?
This may be our last podcast.
I am half Italian.
So we got
keep it PG, Murph. Right?
PG Murph.
Yeah.
So we're on our way downtown. We're going to pick up the capo. Capo's flying in.
Yes.
We're sporting the new Get Made shirts. We're fired up about them. We're going down to we're going to pick up the capo, and then we're heading downtown. Going to join in the festivities. It's been crazy here all week, Murph. It's been so much fun. Everybody's the stuff that they've been building, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. But we're just excited to do a show, a live remote. We've done one. We did one down on the way to Birmingham, and then we did one in Birmingham. And so we're just excited and fired up to do a show this whole weekend. We're going to be doing shows all weekend,
weekend. It's going to be cool. So we're meeting up with a ton of different Raider fans, a lot of people that are coming into town for the draft that have gotten here either last night or tonight. We're going to all meet up. Now, there's going to be 100,000 people downtown. They're expecting 200,000 people in total to come to this thing. And, okay.
Hang on, let me turn it on. Okay,
and 100,000 people on the street, in the crowd, in front of where the draft stage is. So I don't know how close we're going to get, but we're going to get a bunch of Raider Nation together, and we're going to find out. We're going to see how close we can march up there and as a collective unit. So this should be fun. So we're going to meet up with Monster Mash Ken. Of course, we're going to have the Capo with us. We're meeting Bam Pardo from Music City Raider Nation. Who else? Eye Patch is going to meet up with us. James Rader from RNFL is going to meet up with us. There's going to be a whole group of us together before the first round pick at number 4. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to do that. We're going to meet up. We're going to get down front. And then we're going to film live reactions to the pick. So Mikey's got this thing where he's assembling reaction shots. Mikey, for those of you that don't know, he's from On Air Nation. Our good buddy Mikey, who I do Mondays with Mikey and Murph with. He's going to be assembling shots of Raider Nation reacting to the first pick. Sweet. So I'm gonna get my selfie hand out and get a shot of all of us Raider fans grouped together when the Raiders trade out of number 4. Which is gonna be which is gonna be cool, but not a lot of reaction.
Right.
That's what I think, Mosh. I think they're gonna trade.
And we're gonna talk about that in a second.
What do I know? All right.
What do you know?
What do I know?
So
tell us about down there.
Or
do we want?
What do you want to talk about?
You host.
No, I don't want to host. Well, yeah, I better. You're driving.
Yeah. Talk about the shirts, though.
We got these new shirts. They say Get Made. They got our pictures on them. It says RFR. Our pictures. Yeah, the best pictures we've ever taken.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're selling. We're doing this really cool thing. We're partnering, and thanks to you guys, we're growing a little bit. And we're getting lots of fans, and we're getting lots of support, and we're getting lots of notice and notoriety and stuff. So we decided that we're gonna take our shirts and we're gonna make a couple dollars off of them, not for us, but we're gonna pay for the shirts, and then we're gonna the proceeds, we're gonna donate that money to the Bolitnikoff Foundation. And we've been invited to go to one of their events. They have 3 events a year, and present them with a check. Money raised from Raiders Fan Radio, raised from what we do. You guys,
yes.
we're doing it at our dime, and we're gonna go out there, and our goal is $2,000. We'd like to be able to present $2,000 check to their. No, we're small time. $2,000 is
for a podcast that doesn't make any money.
That doesn't monetize. That doesn't make any money.
Yeah.
So we're selling our shirts.
Every time you say that, I'm thinking you're going to say we're selling our
shirts. We're selling our shirts. Anyway,
sorry.
We're selling our shirts. You can order them online. So we decided that what we're going to do, we're going to sell them for online. Help me on the prices here.
$20.
$20 for
skinny people.
For you little folks. And then $25 for the big ones.
For people that like ravioli.
For people that normal, those the 2X, 3X, and 4X. And the reason that we're doing that, again, $10 shipping and handling, and it really is kind of a ripoff on how to send a shirt. I don't weigh much. Of course, Capo's shirt weighs a bunch. But anyway, oh yeah, he's flying right now. He don't know I said this. Anyway, I'm only one size down from him, so mine weighs about half as much as his does. Yeah. Anyway, Capo's a big guy, y'all. You'll see him. He's a big guy.
He's a big man.
I love that he loves us.
I know, right? Yeah. But as they say, a good guy to have on your team.
He's a good guy to have on your 6 for sure.
Glad he's on my team.
Yeah. So anyway, $10 to ship them out to you. All the proceeds, we pay for the shirt, and then all the extra we're sending to it all goes to the Bolitnikoff Foundation.
Yeah.
We're fired up about that. The shirts are awesome. How do they order them, Murph?
So you just go to RaidersFanRadio.com, and there's a link there. You'll see it just says T-shirts. Go on there, hit that. It's a simple PayPal, and we'll get the order processed and sent out to you. So we're going to start sending out a whole bunch of those this week. So I know a few of you have already ordered, not more than a few. We've got a handful of orders already in, and so we're going to ship those things out. And so we appreciate everybody that's already bought their shirt, their Get Made shirt, and we'll have the rest of them on their way. Also, you can go to NFLshop.com through our link, and any of that money, any of those proceeds, again, goes to the Bolitnikoff Foundation. So there, a lot of people asked us about monetizing, and for a long time we didn't want to do it because we didn't want to not be able to use the Raiders marks. We didn't want to get sued, frankly.
We got stuff in the fan cave that we don't want to take down.
Yeah, I don't want to redecorate my house just because to make money on the podcast, and it just never felt right. The reason that we do this is because we love this football team, we love Raider Nation, and that was it. So instead of making money ourselves, we want to give the money away. So that was the genesis of it, and thank you to all of you that have done that. All right,
and we're probably going to do a ticker.
For sure.
We're probably gonna, when we start doing the shows regularly again, we'll have a little ticker down in the corner. We'll be like a 4-letter network before long with all kinds of tickers. With scrolls going on how much money we've raised and if we how close we are to our $2,000 goal and all that stuff. We're gonna paste a whole bunch of paper together and make a big old check. So anyway, I'm reading my notes here. What else we're going to talk about? So let's talk about what they've done to Nashville. Okay, I'm a teacher, and I've been explaining to a lot of folks. I took a couple of personal days for today and tomorrow, and I've been explaining a lot to my students and a lot of them are like, what's the NFL draft? A lot of people don't know. Even my significant other, my wife was saying exactly what is the draft, And she goes, so will there be a game? And I'm like, no. And she's like, well, they are describing this as the largest sporting event in Nashville history.
Really?
The NFL draft is being described as the largest sporting event. So it's the largest sporting event without a sporting event happening. Isn't that crazy?
Without a game.
Yeah, so
That's crazy.
if you figure the NFL draft, the Major League draft, the National Hockey League draft, the NBA draft, they've all been going on for over a half a century. But now the NFL, being the billion-dollar business that it is, has incorporated this and has gotten sponsors. And so over the last, I would say, 6 years, I went back and I was looking, it's really taken off. So the transformation, some of the things that the NFL has come in and done, we have a beautiful river walk in Nashville, and they've gone and they've put in this monster stage. Huge. And they've actually spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to replace and remove and relocate the natural foliage that's there. They've tore up gently. They've replanted cherry trees. Like they had these arborists from all over the United States come in.
Was that the first time arborist has been used on our show?
I'm glad I said it correctly. And I'm glad
I thought you went to jail for setting stuff on fire.
I did. But they've replanted these trees, and there's like here in town there's like tree updates. How are the trees doing? Have they lost 47 leaves today? And all this stuff. Yeah. But the NFL, and then they've gone ahead and the post-draft stuff, they've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to replant, to set things back the way it was. So it's the transformation of downtown Nashville is unbelievable. So if anybody's ever been to Nashville before, I would encourage them to come just this weekend because all the streets are shut down.
It's crazy.
Park somewhere, take an Uber in. That's what we're gonna do. And just
Raider Nation has 2 official Uber drivers. That's how cool Raider Nation is. We have 2 Uber drivers on staff for the week.
Just for the Raiders.
Just for the Raiders.
I love that.
Raider fans. It's going to be amazing. Hey, so real quick, Mosh, let's shout out the chat a little bit. I see there's a bunch of stuff coming in there. Let's talk a little bit.
Hang on just a second.
And we are going to talk a little bit about what we think is going to go on here in the first round. With Marshawn retiring this week, it's really kind of changed the dynamic of this first round, right? Like originally, everyone's thinking that Josh Allen at number 4, Quinnen Williams at number 4, but look, if Kyler Murray doesn't get picked and Kyler Murray's on the board at 4, there's going to be players or teams wanting to move up to maybe occupy that spot.
Well, so Ruben Ortiz says, hey, Murph, what do you think about Quinnen Williams in the first round?
Look, I wasn't a huge fan of that idea early on, and the reason why is because we've already invested so much into our interior of our defensive line, and the upgrade from Mo Hurst and PJ Hall and those guys to somebody like Quinnen Williams is a smaller jump than what it would be from Arden Key to Josh Allen, right?
Sure.
The jump in talent is so much more significant that I always felt like, look, we got to go edge at number 4 first and foremost. Like that's got to be the main thing in the draft. But when you look at Quinnen Williams, could he be that Aaron Donald type guy? All signs point to yes.
Yeah.
And look, and if you can pull a Hall of Famer, then you do. So I get the sentiment, and look, and despite that scenario or a multitude of others, Mosh, there hasn't been one yet other than Kyler Murray or any other quarterback at number 4. That's the only thing that's going to disappoint me as a fan. There are so many good players defensively in this draft and so many good players in terms of depth that I'm not going to get mad at anything pretty much that the Raiders are going to do. And now with this change now at running back, look, everyone wants Josh Jacobs, including us. Now he's in play at 24 or 27 because Marshawn retired. So as much as we're disappointed that Marshawn's not going to get his swan song in Oakland, I get it. The guy's 33 years old and coming off a groin injury.
Marshawn will get his swan song in Oakland.
You think?
He may not be in uniform, but Marshawn will get his swan song in Oakland. So my thing is that going back and listening to some of our old podcasts from the years past, the stuff that we haven't had a post-draft podcast where we weren't disappointed. This will be a first.
Yeah.
We're going to be fired up.
We're going to be fired up.
We're going to be, because we're when you go back and listen to our podcast or anybody else's podcast or in the news, or you just think about it, there were the last the last few drafts have been a big disappointment for us.
Yeah.
And not necessarily that we drafted people we didn't like, but we were like, oh man, maybe they should have gone. I don't think so. I don't think so this year. I think this year we're going to be going, oh, good call. Good call,
Yeah.
you know? So, hey, let me give a shout out.
Yeah,
Chris
shout out
Black,
the chat,
Chris
man.
Rubio, the Raider Critique, Raider Ramon, Juan Herrera. Hey, Juan. Alan Mike, Raider Ramon. Did I say that already?
Yeah. He'll be here. Here's another one we're going to meet.
Oh, yeah, he says, bring me a double X today. Escaletos MC, Alan Mike, Chris Black. I mean, Bam Raider.
Hey, there it is. There's our buddy Bam Raider from Music City Raider Nation. We'll see you in a little bit too.
And anyway, so a bunch of them. I'm trying to drive and watch you.
Yeah, you got to watch me drive.
Yeah. No, stop with the hands.
Okay.
Anyway, so but we were talking about
Alabama running backs.
Alabama running backs. Man, anybody that follows football at the college level, and especially where we're at in the SEC, you don't go. I mean, from Forrest Gump to Derrick Henry, you know? You know, Alabama running backs, there's a legacy there, man.
Absolutely.
You can't go wrong with an Alabama running back.
Other than Trent Richardson, he was a whiff. All right, but outside of that, all the Alabama running backs have done well in the NFL. Not all of them, but you guys know what I mean. The bulk of them, the high-profile guys do well. You know, whether it's Mark Henry or like you've mentioned Derrick Henry. How would you like to have Derrick Henry on this football team?
Did I say Mark Henry?
No.
Oh.
Did I say Mark Henry?
We flashed back to WWE just then.
Mark Ingram. But I mean, how would you like to have
Derrick? Try!
Sorry, I think I just snarled out of my nose.
I know, nice.
I don't know if it's sweat or boogers or what. That was gross.
That was
there
great.
you go, YouTube. How's that?
Don't get it in my coffee.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, how would you like to have Derrick Henry on the Raiders football team? You know what I mean? Josh Jacobs is a very gettable player for us. And all you gotta do, if for those of you that haven't seen him yet, go watch the game against Clemson and go watch him truck fools on his way into the end zone. That's all you gotta know about Josh Jacobs. He's absolutely awesome. So it's going to be a good deal for us. And I had said previously, Mosh, that I thought the first offensive player drafted for the Raiders this year was going to be a lineman. Now with Marshawn retiring, I'm hedging that. While I definitely think offensive line is still in play, look at what happened when the Colts drafted Nelson, right? They shored up their offensive line. He was a nasty dude out there, and he's protected Andrew Luck. And look at how much of a jump that team made. As the old saying goes, Mosh, I love this one. Your first check is for your house. The second check is for the insurance, right? You've got to ensure Derek Carr's protection, and you do that by drafting offensive line. So I think the Raiders' first offensive pick is going to be offensive line. Now that said, you also got to pass protect them with a running back, and you got to be able to run the football. So I think that there's a possibility we look at somebody like Josh Jacobs, and then maybe that second offensive player is then the lineman. But first and foremost, at number 4, we've got to get an edge player. But then to go all the way back now, Mosh, this is why I think that there's a good chance that we trade out, because I'll just go the interstate.
You sure?
Yeah. There's a reason that I think that we're going to trade out, is that if you trade back, we can still get an edge player, and then we can add more to the offensive line and get Josh Jacobs. You know what I'm saying? Think about if the Raiders end up trading back and end up with 4 first-round picks. How many players can we get now? What kind of positions could we address then at that point?
Well, here's the thing. I promise you, Marshawn announcing Marshawn was going to retire was scripted. I guarantee you Marshawn didn't wake up 2 days ago and go, I'm done.
Oh, yeah.
Marshawn, no, I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Marshawn knew Marshawn was going to retire back in the mix. So with that being said, the Raiders knew what they were going to have to do, what positions in their depth they were going to have to fill. And
that's
the releasing of the news is now, okay, so that it makes other people think, oh, what are they going to do? Now they're going to do.
Now that's true.
But because
that's true.
When you're talking this level, these war rooms don't leave anything to chance.
No, absolutely not. And you know what?
And
that's a good point, because if we've heard once today, we've heard it 20 times, that this is NFL lying season. Because it's all about misdirection. It's all about setting up the big poker game that this is between 32 teams. And so whether it's sending the scouts home, which was a silly story this week, but whether it's sending the scouts home, or like you said, the timeliness of Marshawn's announcement, like they're very intentional. So that's a good point, Mosh.
John Davis on the tweet goes, Lynch retires every year.
Yeah, that's true. That is true too. That is true. Hey, I got one for you.
Okay.
So this wasn't even on our rundown or plan, but we got a few minutes left before we get to the airport. How about this week, the Seattle Seahawks sign Russell Wilson to the highest paid contract in NFL history, make him the highest paid quarterback in NFL history, don't have enough money then to pay Frank Clark. Frank Clark then departs to the Chiefs for $105 million with $63 million guaranteed, plus a bounty of draft picks that the Chiefs made a move to get him. And everybody says, in terms of the Seahawks, well, it's a move that they had to make. Frank Clark was an unfortunate casualty, because that's what happens when you pay your quarterback. So in terms of the Seahawks, it's an unfortunate casualty. But when the Raiders do it, it's a travesty.
It's implosion.
It's implosion. Yeah. The Raiders don't know what they're doing. There's no plan in place. And everybody wants, and then some of the haters and some of the pushback on that is, well, Derek Carr is no Russell Wilson. That's not the point. The point is that we're contrasting the scenarios. The scenario is you paid your quarterback, so you didn't overpay for your edge rusher, and instead you got a bounty of picks from another team. That's the whole point. So when the Raiders do it, it's a mess. When the Seahawks do it, good for the Seahawks.
Because they're the Golden Boys.
Yeah, man, it's so stupid. You're such a big slant against your football team, Raider Nation, then you're not watching close enough. F all them guys, man. It's ridiculous. We're going to go yell at Stephen A. Smith here in a little bit, by the way, too. I hope he's still down there. I'm getting fired up. Gosh, I've had enough coffee, and I just said Stephen A. Smith. I'm ready to pull this thing over and go run into the wall.
Said the name. I got to go drop a Stephen A.
Okay, what do we got left before we get out of here?
That's it. We're done.
That's it. We're done.
We're done. We're gonna. We'll be back on again.
We're gonna be back on again.
We don't know when.
Tonight.
Well, tonight, but I mean, we don't know what time.
Follow our socials. We're on, of course, we're here on the YouTube, at Raiders Fan Radio on the Twitter. I'm at @_Murph
what am
on
I
Twitter. You are Uncle_Mosh.
Uncle_Mosh. That's me. You gotta show me how to use that.
I gotta show you.
Okay.
It's really cool. So look for us on the Twitter. Follow us on Facebook. Look for Raiders Fan Radio Podcast. You can find me on Murph Murphy, and he's Mosh Moshington on the Facebook. We're all over that stuff. We're going to be posting a ton of pictures on the Instagram at Raiders Fan Radio. Look for us. We're going to have a ton of...
And Jeff.
On the... Andy Jeff.
Is it A-N-D Jeff?
And Jeff. Yeah, he's on there. And shout out to Jeff. He's not going to be with us this week. He's got
prior engagement, couldn't get out of.
Prior engagement he couldn't get out of, so he's not going to be with us. But we are going to welcome Aaron the Q-Dog Raider officially into the fold here on Raiders Fan Radio.
I can't talk about him anymore. He's probably landing as we speak.
I know, yeah. Very nice because he's checking in right now.
Hey, Q-Dog, love you, man.
Definitely keep up with us, Raider Nation. We're going to have a ton of great stuff coming your way, and we love you guys. Thank you for all the support, and that's all I got. Mosh, you got to hit the button.
How do I turn this off? Which one? Stop it.
I don't hit the X, maybe?
Which one? Wait, let me. This one here.
The X.
The X. Okay, bye.
Now you got to hit okay, maybe?
Are you sure you